Hello and welcome back to the Lord's Let's Play. I'm your host, Megan Bent, and on the podcast today, we have men's rugby. How are you doing today, boys?
Doing well.
Doing well.
You're doing good? Good. Let's jump right into it. So first and foremost, can you introduce yourself and what program you're in?
Yeah, my name's Keiran Popela. I am in the Advanced Finance Business Administration program here at Durham.
My name's Devonne Henry, and I'm in General Arts and Science.
Okay. Glad to hear it. So, how long have each of you been a part of the men's team?
I have been a part of the men's team for 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years.
This is my first year.
This is your first year?
Yeah.
You're not a rookie though. Where were you before? I feel like
I was at Laurier before.
You were at Laurier. Okay. So let's jump right into the season. Looking back on it. So looking back on the season, you guys finished as league champions with an undefeated season. How did that feel?
Amazing. It was hard fought, but I think that the team pulled together to do this, and it was a hard working season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the boys were fired up throughout the whole season. I think it was sort of built game after game, and I think towards the end of the season when we sort of saw that end in sight and saw that we could be the league champions, and the boys brought it all. This
is like a difference from like 2 seasons ago, right? Because now this season you guys went back to playing everybody instead of like playing, what is it, like 6 out of 7 or whatever?
Yeah, so we did this year play only 6 out of 7 teams.
Oh, okay.
But it was dropped this year from East-West. So it was more so just because of the limited amount of teams and how it's sort of harder to create those East-West divisions because a lot of teams are scattered all over the place. Then they kind of said, okay, every team's going to not play one specific team. So
what team did you guys not play this year?
We didn't play Georgian.
Yeah. Good old Georgian. That's so funny to me. Only because of your guys' history with Georgian.
Well, it's also my hometown, so.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Hey.
No, I didn't mean that. Like, I didn't mean it sucks that Georgian's your hometown. It just means it sucks that you didn't get to show up against your hometown.
Yeah, it was a bit.
We love Barry and Georgian. So there you go. Yeah. So you guys didn't. Well, this wouldn't have affected you, but you guys didn't earn a playoff berth from last year. So what do you think changed from last year to this year to get you on that successful track?
Based off of last year to this year, we brought in a lot of key X factor players, as well as I just believe that the boys overall we had a very young team last year. It was what we like to call, like on the team, including the coaching staff, was what we like to call the blip year. Basically, we had a lot of guys move on from the year before. We had a lot of new guys, some guys we had never played even rugby before, and they excelled that year. But I think just the overall drive of a lot of the guys that came back and wanted it, as well as those new guys that understood the culture that they were coming into.
Okay. And how did that culture feel from you? So coming into this year versus being at Laurier last year?
So I watched a couple of their games when they lost to Georgian and when they lost to Humber the year before that, and I kind of just the energy I got from their games and when I played at Laurier, it was completely different. I saw more of dogs, guys that wanted it more at Laurier, and I wanted to bring that over here and put that into their mentality so that when we go on the field, it's us versus everyone else.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so let's talk about that gold medal match. First of all, it was cold. Like, I swear to God, we went through all 4 seasons in, like, those 80 minutes, and I was like, oh, it's hailing. Oh, the sun's out. Oh, we have snow. Like, it's raining now. Like, that was crazy. I feel bad for you guys because, like, our season ends, like, 2 or 3 weeks before your guys' does. Yeah. Hats off to you because I know I wasn't surviving. But how hard was it playing in that weather?
Really tough. Hands were cold. Legs were cold. Cramping up. It's really tough.
Yeah. Like, I was on the broadcast, and I was like, please God, let them not hear my sniffles because like my nose was running and I was like trying to turn away from it and then the wind was whipping. Hats off to you guys. So unfortunately, you guys didn't win your second matchup against Humber. What do you think happened in that game?
Just lost it, really. We came out pretty strong, but we didn't play our best, I would say. It was just bad conditions for everyone. Couldn't get it going and tough luck, I guess.
Tough luck.
Yeah, I think the mentality going into it is a lot of the guys did have the perception that, hey, we beat them before, let's easily do it again. But I think, and I agree with that mentality, that you need to have sort of an edge on you. You need to have that sort of cockiness about you. But I think once they sort of proceeded to generate some offense, generate some like hard fought defense, and we realized, you know what, these aren't the same guys we played. Like, and then it was just sort of, I think we came in too light towards the second half, and I think if we would have kept the same intensity as we had, and then when they went up, there was almost like a drain that just went out of like a lot of the guys on the field, and unfortunately we just couldn't get that back.
Mm-hmm. And the weather did not help either.
No, the weather did not help at all.
No, because like fingers were numb. So I was literally like, I think one of the comments I made on the broadcast was like, I don't know how you guys are catching the rugby ball right now. Like my fingers feel like pieces of lead, like just bouncing off.
It was also a very windy day, so our big offensive tricks and our big sort of plays that we do make is sort of that kick and chase, or that off to the wings, send a lad off to the races. But unfortunately, with the weather, it was snowing, it was raining, it was windy, it was everything. We had to play some matchup rugby, and I think overall, I think that's where Humber has their bread and butter, and I think that's where they had us really.
Well, over here we have the Player of the Year, Men's Rugby Player of the Year. What's that feeling like?
It's amazing. I put a lot of work in before I came here, and since I've started, to be honest, and all that work I put in just to get to where I'm at, all the confidence I have to build up, it's really rewarding to see that everything I put in just comes right back to me. Yeah,
and you were also the scoring champion as well with your golden boot. I watched you kick. I was like, oh, this man can kick, so that's great. And then on top of that, so you have some national playing experience. Can you share that with us as well?
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, I went to the national camp with the men's sevens to go to Kenya, and I got listed as a non-traveling reserve. But even that was just special because it means that I'm one of the top players in Canada.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's so cool for you. I'm so excited. Did you get to go to, where were they recently? What just happened? Sevens?
No, I didn't.
No?
I watched it, though.
It was crazy. I was so, that was sick.
It was really good.
I love to watch that.
Right? Well, guys, keep your eyes out on this one because I'm sure he'll be repping the red and white pretty soon. But, I mean, congratulations to you. That's a big deal, like, especially for the Canadian program. Like, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
There you go. Lord's Nation is proud of you, too.
Yeah.
Okay, moving into segment 3. I lied. Segment 2. I just heard a laugh. Sorry. That was really funny. Okay. We listen and we don't judge. Share with me some of your, well, I judge, but anyway, share with me some of the things that you listen to, but you don't judge. Men's Rugby Edition. Kieran's ready.
It's sort of the mentality that like we have like rugby has a reputation as a whole, as you know as well.
I'd say men's rugby.
Men's rugby has
men's
rugby has a bit of reputation for being a few hotheads, but you know what? At the end of the day, we take it out on the field, but I think off the field we're pretty decent, half decent guys.
Pretty decent, okay.
I think most of us.
So, what are some of the quirks that the men's rugby team has?
Well, we it's very much similar to a hockey culture. We kind of like go at each other a little bit, and if you can see us on the field, like there are some games we were getting mad at each other, and if you heard some of the comments we made to each other, it wasn't necessarily the greatest, but we at the end of the day we all love each other. So
yeah, but what are your quirks?
Quirks?
Yeah, I'm here to judge you.
Well, like, what do you think? What do you think?
I don't know any quirks.
First of all, I feel like you guys don't wash your jerseys.
What?
Your jerseys, like, okay, you guys wear your whites more than we wear our whites. We just got white shorts to match ours this year, but first of all, anyway, the second thought that came in is irrelevant. But I feel like when you guys definitely don't like wash your socks either because they be looking funky from the side of the field.
Actually, there's some other guys.
I
know. I'm not gonna name names, but there are some guys that they turn around and they go, "These are my lucky pair of shorts," and I'm like, oh, brother.
Okay, see, judging.
I'm like, oh, brother. And then like from practice to like, one specific player doesn't wash his gear the whole week until after game day, and it's kind of like
that's crazy,
buddy. Please do something. The only other thing to that is that it's just sort of like our quirks is we kind of just like do just weird things with each other. Like,
do you guys have any superstitions? Like when I had what's my guy's name? I can't remember. He's also in curling.
Mackie?
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
When I had Mackie on, Mackie's just like, I have a playlist that I have to listen to straight through, and if it gets interrupted, I'm starting again.
Yeah.
Same
So,
thing.
so what's a song on your playlist?
So it's mainly sort of rap, Metallica, sort of that sort of heavier sort of, it's just to get me in the mood. But like my big sort of quirk, you would say, is that right before I hit the field is I have to play Beethoven's Cello Suite No. 3.
That's crazy. I didn't take you for a classical guy.
Yeah,
but...
I have to listen to it, and then as well as I have to get my wrists taped, and then on my wrists I write EM. EM is for my friend. She unfortunately passed away when I was in university, and she never got to see me play, and she's always wanted to see me. So that's just one of my traditions and superstitions that I have to do.
I won't judge that one. That field.
But the classical music you can judge 100%.
I actually don't hate that one. I'm like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, you know what? I rate the classical music. Devo, do you have like any superstitions?
I always have to walk on the field barefoot before the game, listening to music.
I've seen some of the fields that we play on. No.
I have to.
Why?
Does
it ground you or something?
I just always do it. I did it one time. I just played really well, so I just kept doing it.
Okay. I might not. You know what I mean? You got Player of the Year, so that
it works.
It works.
So with some of the other guys, they're like sort of their pre-game tradition is like a few guys have to maybe like they'll have the breakfast might have to come up, or they might have to go to the bathroom. But I think that's more so like the adrenaline and the stress of it all, of like, because in rugby, like you have that mentality, and a lot of guys have that mentality where it's not oh let's go out and have some fun, guys, especially when you're playing at such a higher level.
We're going into battle.
We're going to war.
We're going to war. Yeah, that's funny. I still don't know how I feel about like not washing your kit or anything until after the game, especially knowing that like other people have to touch you. No, not me. No, that's crazy.
Personally, with me, like I can't.
Do you wear socks in your shoes though? Like once you go to put on your cleats, do you put socks on?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I'm glad. No, because I was thinking, I was like, does he need to carry the barefootness into his cleats? But no.
When I did play in Scotland, there was a guy who used to go, socks slow me down, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Foot fungus is what's slowing you down.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Moving on. Okay, let's go into one of my favorite segments, pieces of advice. So now that you guys had some experience in Lord's Nation and playing for the rugby team, what piece of advice would you give to high school athletes who want to pursue post-secondary athletics?
I want to say everyone should play with confidence and have a bit of ego to them. You guys work so hard with your team and by yourself. Why not trust yourself to go do what you do? I think that's the big thing that I see a lot of people, even at Durham right now, are missing, just that ego and confidence in themselves.
Yeah. No, like, and that's so true. So, like, I coach high school rugby, and a lot of the girls, like, I think we're in this culture now where people think they need to have like a signing or a letter being like, I'm going to go play rugby here. And so a lot of them are like really nervous to even try out for a team because they'll be like, well, I wasn't offered a position, I wasn't offered this. And I tell them all the time, I was like, you don't need someone to give you permission to play your sport. Like, go out there, go to your tryout, go to the open tryout, go to whatever, and show up with your confidence and your abilities, and like let that do the talking for you. Let that be your own permission. Like, don't wait for someone to be like, I want you. Show them why they should want you. Yeah. And so like that confidence piece is like 100%.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Coming into DC, like I said last year, there was a few guys that never played. When I first decided that I was going to come to DC, I'd gone to Brock University before. I was recruited. I was a whole bunch of these things by these schools. I stopped playing for a few years, came back, and then when I decided to come back to school, I was talking with being from Barrie, a few of the Georgian guys approached me, and then I practiced with some of the Conestoga Condor guys, and they were all talking to me. But coming into the DC tryout, none of the coaches knew who I was. They had no idea who I was, and it wasn't only until later on in the season where our coach, Paul Connolly, turned around and goes, I know who you are now. Like, I remember who you are. But it was mostly, like what Devo said, is don't go in thinking that like you said, you need that piece of paper. No, go in with the confidence that you know your game. You know how to play your style of game, and you know the ways in order to prove yourself to the coaches, because at the end of the day, you don't. And another big thing that I always see is that kids go into these teams and they're like, well, I don't want to offend anybody, or I don't want to do anything that will upset anybody in the tryouts. No. You're not trying to impress everybody else on the team. You're trying to impress the coaches to get onto the team. That's the key thing, is that when you're there and you have to make that big hit, you have to, whatever sport it is, you have to have that ego, and you have to be sort of that mean guy. Do it, because it's going to show the coaches that you have that drive and you have that want to be on the team, not just, oh, I want to be friends with these guys.
Exactly. What would you go back and say to yourself in your first year as a varsity athlete?
Well, okay. My big thing that I would sort of say to myself is more consistency in the gym, as well as more consistency in the classroom as well. I think that's a big thing that varsity athletes fall into a trap of, is once this, like, in season, a lot of athletes don't want to go to S&C, which is our strength and conditioning. Manny has amazing programs that he puts together. Manny's a friend of the show, so basically these sort of things are something that I should have focused on mainly going into my first year, is maybe getting into the gym and getting a little bit bigger to be more competitive on the field, like I have since. And then, as well as the big thing that I personally went through, is that in season or even postseason, I kind of not let them slip, but it wasn't the main focus. And I think the first aspect of being a student athlete is student first. And I think the key focus is that you're not just here to play a sport. You're here to grow yourself as an individual. And I think putting yourself out on the field and performing well is amazing, but I think also performing in the classroom is just as equally good.
Yeah. Devo?
I actually honestly don't know. I think
this is your first year.
In my first year at Laurier.
Here or Laurier is
yeah.
good.
Even at Laurier, I think I did a good job implementing myself into the men's kind of role. But I don't even know. Like, I guess get bigger, get stronger, have that mentality of just kill everything that's in front of you earlier on, I guess. Yeah, I know my first year I was kind of a bit of a baby. Not going to lie. But now I just kind of have that mentality of just like, I don't care who you are, I just want your spot.
I saw your Laurier games. You were a dog.
Not as much as right now.
Not as much. I will say that. But like another thing is just sort of
growth. Be
in the community. A big part of athletics is not just, oh, go play your sport. Be a part of the community. There's this, like, especially here at DC, there's such a large community, and there's such a vast and diverse community that I think you need to get out there and either get a job on campus or join a club or do whatever. Don't just stay within your sport. And like that's sort of something I did. I sort of expanded into in my first year. I got a job here at DC through game day operations, and I think that has allowed me to grow significantly more. And I think as an advice for someone who's coming in, they need to, it's not just the people on your team, or it's not just the people in your classroom, but it's the community as a whole.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, my last question is, what is your favorite part about Lord's Nation?
It's a family.
Yeah.
I would say even my first, not even being on campus yet, just everyone was very welcoming and just supportive of just everyone I'm around. I just got on campus, went to the gym, everyone saying hi to me, showing me around. I got to practice, everyone just hugs and everything. So it's just a nice family to be around.
Yeah. Whether it's from like just hanging out in the lounge or doing whatever, I think like as a group of being a part of Lord's Nation, like with the there's two aspects of it. There's the athlete aspect of it, and then there's also the community aspect of it. So the athlete aspect of it is mainly we're a family. Like it doesn't matter there's people in your program that are different sports. There's people that are in similar programs. There's people that are in completely different programs. But I think it's just everyone is so welcoming here, especially like all the athletes. And then when you look into the community and you see yourself, it's not like we as athletes put ourselves on a higher pedestal. We try and necessarily be a part of the community, but we almost get seen as leaders. And I think that the part about that is that we should be leaders, and that we should be people that are integrated in the community, not just, oh, we're going to separate ourselves from the rest of Lord's Nation, but it's the love from the fans as well. Like, people, and that's the part of Lord's Nation, is because they've incorporated us so well, they show up. Doesn't matter if they're an athlete, if they're just a fan watching. The Lord's Lair, when basketball games are going on, volleyball, at the rugby field, at Vasso's, Lord's Nation shows out for each other, and that's something that I just love about this school, and I love about the community here.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Well, thank you so much, boys, for joining me today. It's been awesome chatting with you and hearing about your experience and your accolades from this season. So this has been the Lord's Last Play with men's rugby. We have no more varsity offerings for any of our teams currently, which makes me very sad because I love showing up, showing out, and cheering. But we have the athletic banquet coming up on March 25th. So if you are a varsity athlete, please make sure you register before the deadline cutoff. As always, please don't forget that you can follow the Media Hub at DCSA Media Hub. You can keep up with the boys on the Instagram page at Durham Lords Rugby. You can always catch me on the women's rugby page at DCW Rugby. Thank you so much and have a great day. And like Devo said, share a hug with a friend. Bye.